device was a transistor radio where I got to spend time listening to 60s rock and roll and baseball games with little earphones. I thought that was the best thing in the world. All right. So for our next speaker, Federico. I'm looking forward to this. I'm always looking forward to Federico. Are all people leaders? Not all people believe on it, and this is because we have different skills and certain experiences in our lives that pushes us to the test or we give up. Let's see more about them in life. And this is Innovation Planning number 5, Understanding Your Leadership Style. Federico, please take us on your journey, sir.
Thank you, Don. Well, let me start with a question for all of you. Who of you believe that you are a leader? Please raise your hands. Honestly, I guess I didn't believe in that for a very long time, at least in my life. People saw me as a gang leader, but that's a different story. But it's because I was able to coordinate my classmates in the school. But from the other hand, I was never confident in my actions and in what I wanted to do. I was always someone in between, from time to time too shy, from time to time talkative, but generally, I was never the person who wanted to take actions to lead other ones. And why? Maybe one of the influences is that I was raised by a soldier, which was my mom, not my dad, as most of people think. Yes, my mom was a soldier. And imagine how strict the rules were at home. There were always either black things or white things. My mom hated the word maybe. That was not, it's a prohibited word in my house, and I believe on the same too. I don't like that people cannot say the things properly. So my journey in leadership started, as I said, when I was a small kid. There in the school, being a troublemaker, making the life of my teachers quite a big nightmare, entering in the classrooms, destroying the reports and everything. Over the time, when I moved to junior high school, I became more shy. And I didn't like to talk to people, but it's not because I didn't want to, but there was an inner fear in myself that I didn't want to take more responsibilities. Then I went to the university and I more or less followed the same pattern until one day I persuaded some of my colleagues to go to a hackathon. I don't know if you know what it is, but it's a kind of geeky, let's say geeky Olympic Games where you need to develop programs. And that strange place, I persuaded them, since I was not alone, and I was with two of the smartest students of the entire university and perhaps of my country. And at the end, that happened maybe the most uncomfortable thing in my life. We were in front of 3 bankers, and they said the following words: only one of you is going to present. Who of you is going to do it? My 2 colleagues left me alone, and I needed to make a fool of myself and lose $2,000. For some people, when they think about $2,000, it doesn't sound like a massive number, but in my country, the minimum salary is $150. So imagine to lose $2,000 is a fortune for us. And when I started this path, I needed to analyze things that I learned about leadership. I took even a test and I analyzed some things that I believe and I have put into practice. From one side, I have learned that I am an innovative leader, which is a true fact, because anytime, even when I was leading the students to destroy the profiles of my teachers, I needed to do it in an innovative way. So it couldn't find any proofs. Since they used even gloves, there was no way to track what I was doing. Yeah, and maybe they would not use those things for the spies, but yeah, I was smarter than the average teacher, so they shouldn't be able to track me. The second one that I believe is in a constant mix is that said that I'm a democratic and authoritative leader. And I agree in these 2 points, since they are constantly switching. It depends on the people and their actions. I believe that if I can trust in people, and I know that they will do their things, and they are not with doubts, I can be democratic and follow the lead of people. But as I said, I was raised by a soldier. I can be authoritative on the other way too. If I know that the people will not do the things, I will just do the things. That was a rule in my house. We don't have here to waste time. It's either you do the things right now or you don't do it. I believe that in all of us there is a leader, but are the circumstances that you will face that will push you to believe on that. As I said, my 2 colleagues left me alone. I could have gone there and cried and lose all the money, that despite we lost it, but I took the action and tried. That was my first experience with public speaking. It was not connected to Toastmasters because this happened when, more or less 8 years ago. Yeah, it was a very long time ago when I was making a fool of myself for the first time in front of the bankers. And then after that, I went to a next hackathon and a next one. And even recently, I needed to coordinate a division conference. And one of the greatest challenges for me was to persuade 3 women to perform speeches. Well, not the speeches, workshops, because I am someone who doesn't believe in speeches generally. When I'm organizing something, I push people to perform workshops because this is where I believe is the real value. If you are a leader, I believe that everyone is in some field, because all of us can inspire other ones, and in other ones, you will always be the evil of someone else's story. But be you, the leader in your own life, and don't feel afraid of trying new things.
All right, Federico, thank you very much as always. That was an awesome speech. I can certainly relate to having a military parent. My dad graduated from West Point Academy, United States, and so he was highly trained in military, and things were on a schedule around my house. If you weren't at the dinner table at 6, if you were there at 6:01, you didn't eat. All right, so our third speaker, brilliant. He's a new regional advisor and one of our charter members. His speech is on visionary communication, number 7. This project introduces the value of mentorship and Toastmasters' view of mentors and proteges. Brilliant will share his experiences of how his relations with his mentor changed his life as a speaker and communicator. The title of this speech is All Is Well. Please welcome Brilliant.